Last year has been a very good year for us. We have increased our footprints in the north, in the east, and in the south, thanks to the vision and the execution by our outgoing president, Sam Chopra. I have the immense pleasure to call him a friend, and he has taken us to where we are. I'm sure Praveen will take us to the next level. Our incoming president for the year after next year is Irshad Ahmed. Please stand up and be recognized, Irshad. So, friends, we are in good hands. And as we go along, though there are challenges, I know and I believe that tomorrow will be better than today. The groundwork is being laid across the country, whether it is demonetization or GST, or the frameworks of our association like RERA. By the way, we were consulted for this act, and we are now on the advisory council of RERA, so we can address our issues directly with the government. So these are some of the small baby steps we have taken in 10 years. I must close with saying that whatever I have seen so far of this convention has been outstanding, thanks to one man, that is Vinod Thakkar. He is not only an asset to his own association, he has always been an asset to NAR whenever he has come to us. Thank you, and enjoy your rest of your convention.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Sam Chopra, a chartered accountant by profession. Sam is the chairman of Sai Biscorp, which specializes in consulting, incubation, franchising, and licensing, and channel distribution in various verticals, including real estate and food and beverage. He has recently also been elected as the General Secretary of the Nomination Committee of 5G Global. He is very passionate about skilling the real estate industry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it from Mr. Sam Chopra.
Namaskar, bhaiyon aur behno. I just killed my scope with everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've been told to keep it short, but my content is really long, so I'm going to try and speak as fast as I can. We call it Shatabdi in India. So congratulations to all of us. This is our 10th anniversary, 9th convention, but 10th anniversary. Please give us a big hand. Thank you, Vinod. Thank you, Praveen. And thank you, team NMAR and area. You've done a stupendous job so far. We've been with you for, this is our 3rd day, and you know, if whatever's happened in the past is going to be laying credence to what's happening in the future, it's going to be fantastic. I wanted to share a few things quickly with you. We are now 46 associations, 30,000 agents and brokers, which means direct and indirect members are 30,000. There are green shoots in the industry. I know a lot of people say there's some problems because of various things that have happened, RERA, demonetization, etc. I believe there's short-term gains, short-term pains for long-term gains, and I think we should take that in our stride. We're soon to be even more recognized, rewarded, and respected as a profession. Special thanks to people that made it happen. Of course, Ravi Abhisham Pitama, the mentor, the chief mentor. Farooq, World President, FIAPSI, outstanding things. You brought India as the epicenter of the world. Thank you, Farooq. Of course, Norm, our founder. Norm, I'll always call as our founder, founder president, or key visionary. Thank you, Norm, for that. We have, of course, in our midst, Joe Schneider, Nancy Savramani, Rajiv Rajpal, the whole of ARIA team, Our respected Niranjan Hiranandani, of course, my dear friend Jakshay, whose installation ceremony I went to, and we had a long chat, and I know that he's going to unveil some great things to do between us. All sponsors, not to forget all the participants, and of course our office bearers, our governing body. When I say governing body, I also include the immediate past president, myself, the incoming president, and of course the next president also as president-elect. So we call them Kal Aaj, Kal or Parso. So even the Parso is available in our midst. Quickly, we have taken some great strides in education. We've got IIRE, Indian Institute of Real Estate, that's come on board. We've done a lot of programs on RERA, education, upskilling of people. Technology, we're going to be launching our portal today at some point of time. We've tied up with Realopedia out of the Middle East and Wiser. We've started adopting the word realtor, prefixing it as R, capital R, small r, and a period after that, and we're going to talk to Joe about it, how to use it properly, and how we can get more people enrolled into Realtor in due course, probably informally as well as formally. We've celebrated something called the World Realtor Day, which is very well recognized and appreciated. We carry out our Olympiad every year, and we did so, again, thanks to Brai, Ayub, and Irshad, and of course Farouk and all the others. They're actually anchors for all of us. We set up our own office, a dream that we had. I remember Norm and I discussing this with the vice chairman, and founder, chairman in Chennai, and talking about us having the necessity to own an office. We bought it in Gurugram, which is the erstwhile Gurgaon. And with that, I will end my little note. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with me. Over to the next.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chopra. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Farooq Mahmood, Chairman and Managing Director of Silverline Group. He has been in the real estate business for over 35 years. He is the World President of FIAPCHE 2017-18. He's one of the founders of the Bangalore Realtors Association of India and served as its president for 2 terms. He is the founder, president, and vice chairman of National Association of Realtors, NAR India, and currently chairman of Foreign Affairs. He is founder, member of the global think tank on real estate, Nice, France. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome Farooq Mahmood.
Good morning, everybody. Dignitaries on the dais, international delegates from 15 countries, over 60 of them. I welcome you all. I'd like to recognize the presence of all you international people. Please stand up, please. Kirkord. Thank you for coming. It gives me great pleasure to be here amidst you this morning. As the Vice Chairman of the National Association of Realtors, this is a memorable day for me, as it is 10 years since we founded this association with 7 colleagues. I must mention here that the invaluable support we received from the International Real Property Foundation that helped us form this body. I take this opportunity to introduce you to Norm J. Flynn. Norman. His unstinted support and trust in us helped NAR India sign a bilateral agreement with the National Association of Realtors USA that has 1.2 million members. I'm glad to know the growth of this body has registered over the years. We started with 3 chapters, Bangalore, Chennai, and Pune. 2 of our founding members did not even have associations. They were formed after we launched NAR India. As the founding president, however, I was certain the Realtor fraternity in India would make this association a pan-India movement. Today, we are 46 associations with close to 35,000 members, it is certainly a pleasure to say today that NAR India is a significant trade body that has contributed significantly to make property broking a professional, transparent trade in India. I also represent here as the World President of FIAPSI. I would like to take this opportunity to say a few words of this trade body. We are in 65 countries with over 3,000 members and around 1 million associate members. It has over 100 chapters worldwide with a consultative status with the United Nations. We have a joint venture project with them where we've developed a software on sustainable cities, and this is a joint project between FIAPSI and United Nations. We're also a part of the World Bank, where we help conduct the Doing Business report globally. We have many more affiliations, and I'm proud to say that NAR India is a principal member, along with Bangalore Realtors Association and Credai Bengaluru as one of our members. Through FIAPSI, we've been able to accomplish a significant amount of policy development throughout the world. We have been working with governments to extend more support to our fraternity. We have been working with associations to organize trade missions. We have succeeded in getting a trade mission from the United States, an association known as ARIA, that stands for the Asian Real Estate Association of America, headed by Raj Rajpal and 25 of his colleagues, who have just come to visit 3 states in India, and they wish to do business. We have succeeded also in bringing investors, advocates, and architects who are a part of this forum. Now, all this would not have been possible if not for the solid base we had here of the NAR India, and I owe all the success to my parent body, the Bangalore Realtors Association, and my founding association of National Association of Realtors, and I thank them for giving me this opportunity to serve as their international ambassador across the world. It was the NAR India that we embarked on this mission of creating better conditions to open up more opportunities for all of us. So I thank you for this overwhelming response and your immense contribution and involvement in NAR India. On this momentous occasion, I would like to assure you all my continued dedication for the cause of realtors in India. With the FIAPSI membership, we have a global marketplace to work in. I urge you all to exploit the opportunities these associations offer. You with referrals, you can make the world your marketplace in the coming months. We will bring you more programs and opportunities to network and open more market. Let's join hands and make the most of these opportunities. This financial year has been very significant. The demonetization, passing of the real estate bill, the move to the GST system, which have all affected business. But these developments have come with some short-term pains, but the long-term story will be totally different. We are a growing economy, and these monetary and economic policies will bear fruit. You will find more opportunity. Be prepared now to grab them as and when they open up. With these few words, I wish us all the best in the years ahead. I hope to be here in the years ahead to watch us grow and prosper. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Farooq. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker needs no introduction, but leadership, brilliance, untiring zest for excellence, and down to earth are the words that come to your mind when one comes face to face with him. With a round of applause, please welcome Dr. Niranjan Hiranandane.
My friends, my brothers, I love you all. I love you all because you all are wonderful people. I love you all because I'm also in the business of real estate, and let me share with you, my friends, that you bring, after 35 years of working, at least 30% of my business comes because of you. Everybody says And I think Mr. Jakshay Shah, who is the CREDAI leader, I'm so honored to be with you because he leads now the largest association of developers in India. Congratulations and a wonderful job to get a younger person in our audience. I have to thank all the wonderful people on the stage, Vinod Thakkar, Mr. Ravi Varma, Mr. Sam Chopra, Mr. Farooq Muhammad, Mr. Karia, Mr. Padi, of course, the international people who have come from all over the world and coming into India to see what the prospects are. Friends, let me tell you, do you believe in the Prime Minister? Okay, I do too. The Prime Minister wants housing for all by 2022. And if he has to succeed, he will have to grow the business of real estate in the private sector by 50% compounded per year, year on year, to achieve 30% of his target. So your business will grow. There is a guarantee which I am giving it to you. But the problem is not that. The problem is slightly different. The problem is we have had 4 tsunamis this year. We had the demonetization, we had RERA, we had the GST, we had the insolvency law, and everything has created a problem to achieve that end. And we know that this is a problem. But I had also problems in the last 5 years. I had an international court which sued me for 5,000 crores. My daughter sued me also for 2,000 crores. It's not easy to tell you all these stories. I won in the international court, and on 23 grounds of fraud, I won on all the 23 grounds. In the last 2.5, 3 years, the business was down and everybody's business was down. We did as much commercial business in 2.5 years, which we did in 14 years before. I want to tell you that problems will come and problems will go, and we will have difficulties which we will have to do. But you and I, because we work together as partners, and we shall collaborate and continue to collaborate, we shall win. And so I suggest the moral is you and I will win in this country because we have a Prime Minister who says that will done. But yes, we will have to change. Why do we have to change? Because that is part of life. If you don't register, you cannot do the business. So I'm sure most of you or all of you have registered and should register and do it. So you have already graduated to the next level of operations. There are a large number of builders who are in my field who are in grievous trouble. And I'm sure they put you into trouble also. In Delhi, in the National Capital Region, more than 2 lakh apartments have been constructed. People have paid 90%, and there is no sign of those buildings coming up. This will never happen under RERA in the future. That is a positive story about where RERA is going to bring. So we know there is a problem. We know there are difficulties. We know we will have difficulties to go in the next few years. But if we have leadership like we have sitting over here and young people like Jakshay Shah to lead us in the CREDAI leadership moments, I promise you that we shall overcome that difficulty because India is going to lead. In the next few years, we will lead the whole world. People ask me, what is the business of business? When we did Powai, we were known for our 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom apartments. And then suddenly we realized that everybody was making 4 and 5 bedrooms. So we changed, and now I'm making 500 of 1-bedroom apartment because there's no 1-bedroom apartment available. We worked in Thane where everybody is making 2 and 3-bedroom apartments because we were making 2 and 3-bedroom apartments. But now we make 4 and 5-bedroom apartments and we make studio apartments of 400 and 300 square feet. So you have to think new. you have to think different and you have to think better. And we need to become much more professional in our work, in our commitment, in our honesty, in our integrity. And I promise you that your business will grow. Earlier, we used to think by telling lies and telling people, ke, thai jase, this will happen, chalta hai, it was okay. You will not do that anymore. You will have to be straight. You will have to be honest. You will have to have an integrity. And I promise you, my 35 years of experience have shown me that you will succeed. In the last few years, people said, what is happening as far as other things are concerned in life? And how should you do? I must congratulate you that the National Association of Realtors is growing. I'm so happy that you have 1,300 people over here, not only from India, but all over the world. And also the international presidents have come over here. It's such a wonderful thing to have you as host country. So let me share with my international friends that India is going to grow. We expect the growth in India will speak back from 5% to 9 to 10% in the next 2 years. Our Prime Minister has made a direction wherein we used to do 3 kilometers of national highways per day, the fastest in the world. Today, we only do 20 kilometers of national highways per day. We were a power deficit country where we had more than 60% of our people not getting power. Today, that has come down to 30%, and in the next 3 years, there will be zero deficit of power in India. We have a problem. You have a problem. We all have problems in personal life and in the issues that meet our country. Let me add with you that I am now 67 years old. However, I used to run 2 projects in the last 14 to 16 years, major projects. This year, I will add 5 projects bigger than Powai for you. So, I want you, my friends, to do more business with me, Niranjan Hiranandani. But I want you to do more business for India, because India has a great future. And I promise you, if we can bring about through the NAR, the integrity, the promise of commitment which we need for this country, just like I have built a little reputation, I promise you, you will also build the same reputation in India. And I can only wish you that when you do that, your business will not grow incrementally by 10%, but it will grow by hundreds of percentage every year. So I wish you, the conference, all the success that you may have. You individually in your personal life bring about happiness, prosperity, good fun and great relationship. But be proud of your country, India, and the leadership that we have, which will bring this to the top of the world, and we shall be number 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hiranandani, for being the driving force and being the wave driving us all here. Are we ready to win? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming Mr. Dharmendra Karia, who is a well-known personality in the real estate industry in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. He carries over 20 years of experience in the field of construction. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Dharmendra Karia.
Namaste. Jaksai Saji, young hero of our industry, President Kredai National, welcome Mumbai Jaksai ji, our Niranjan ji, hero of industry, Amitabh ji bolte हैं उनको, hero of our construction industry, our friends here on dice, Praveen Penseji, our Thakkar, our Bhupendra Shah from Navi Mumbai, some friends from abroad. Friends, I will speak little mixed language, Hindi, English. लास्ट ईयर में काफ़ी कुछ चेंज आए अपने इंडस्ट्री में जो अपने 20 साल में नहीं आए. स्टार्टेड विद डीमोनेटाइजेशन, रेरा, ऑटो DCR, GST एंड मैनी मोर. हम लोग कभी कहाँ जाते थे तो कोई पूछता था क्या काम कर रहे हैं, तो हम लोग बोलने को हिचकिचाते थे कि हम बिल्डर है, क्योंकि जैसे ही बिल्डर बोलते थे तो वो एक अलग नज़रिए से देखता था. ऐसे ब्रोकर्स लोग की भी ये परिस्थिति है. कोई बोलते क्या करते हैं तो रियल्टर्स, ब्रोकर, दलाल बोलने को एक हिचकिचाहट होती थी. आने गए साल में काफ़ी कुछ चेंज आए हैं, उसमें काफ़ी कुछ पेन रहा है, लेकिन अभी हम रजिस्टर हो चुके हैं और हम खुल के बोलते हैं हम रजिस्टर बिल्डर हैं. सो कुछ चेंज आया है, उसमें कुछ पेन है, लेकिन वो अच्छे के लिए है. थोड़ा चेंज आता है जब भी पेन रहता है, लेकिन ये पेन से जो सक्सेस होगा वो खुल के सक्सेस होगा, खुल के आगे धंधा कर सकेगा. ऐसे ही ब्रोकर्स लोग के लिए है. कोई बोलता है क्या कर रहा है तो दलाली कर रहा है. दलाल बोले तो एक अलग नज़रिए से देखते थे. आज रजिस्टर्ड ब्रोकर है, वो खुल के बोल सकता है आई एम रजिस्टर्ड ब्रोकर. लेकिन आप लोग के लिए अभी तक जो काम कर रहे थे उसमें और पहले में फ़र्क था. आप ब्रोकरेज करते थे, खाली 2 लोग को मिलाने का नज़रिया रहता था. अभी वो चीज़ नहीं है. यू मस्ट नो टाइटल ऑफ द लैंड, यू मस्ट नो द बिल्डर प्रॉपरली. आज आपकी भी जवाबदारी काफ़ी बढ़ गई है. तो इट्स गुड व्हेन चेंज कम्स, इट गुड. आज जितने नॉलेज आप लेंगे उतना आपका कॉन्फिडेंस ग्रो होगा. और पहले एसोसिएशंस बनते थे तो मेंबर्स को बोलना पड़ता था आप मेंबर बनिए. आज मेंबर लोग पीछे है कि हम एसोसिएशन के मेंबर बनना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि एसोसिएशन पूरा डाटा गैदर करती है, पूरा नॉलेज देती है, आज तक का अप टू डेट आपको मिलते रहता है. तो आज जो भी लोग यहाँ आए हैं, ये 9th इवेंट है NAR की तरफ से. आई हार्टली कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट NAR फॉर दिस इवेंट. और आने वाला प्रेसिडेंट हमारा नवी मुंबई का प्रवीण पेंसे है, हमारे लिए खुशी की बात है. अभी जो निरंजन जी बोल रहे थे अबाउट डेवलपमेंट, पूरे इंडिया में काफ़ी डेवलपमेंट आ रहा है फ्रेंड्स, नो लिमिट डेवलपमेंट आ रहा है. हम लोग नवी मुंबई का है, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा फोकस आपको नवी मुंबई की तरफ लेके जाने के लिए बताऊंगा. नवी मुंबई में इतने डेवलपमेंट आ रहे हैं जो मेरी नज़र से ऑल इंडिया में आ रहे हैं, उसमें सारे के सारे मेजर डेवलपमेंट नवी मुंबई में आ रहे हैं. एयरपोर्ट बहुत सालों से जो रुका हुआ था शुरू हो चुका है काम उसका. MTHL ट्रांस हार्बर लिंक आ रहा है, JNPT एक्सपांसन आ रहा है, मेट्रो मोनो आ रहा है, काफ़ी न्यू थिंग्स आ रही है. नैना करके स्कीम आई है. नेक्स्ट 50 इयर्स के लिए लैंड डेवलपमेंट का काम नवी मुंबई की पेरीफेरी में है. आई ऑल इनवाइट यू ऑल टू कम नवी मुंबई and see the infrastructure and come to Navi Mumbai. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to invite Realtor Ram Prasad Padi, founder and CEO of Mumbai Properties. A quick introduction, ladies and gentlemen. This man, his passion and single-minded focus was to create a niche area for himself and enhance the industry standard. I believe he's been successful in doing that, and Ram Prasad always believes that if you stop learning, you stop living. Let's hear it from him. Can we have a round of applause, please?
A warm good morning, everyone. The leading stalwarts of the real industry on the dais, my international delegates, my fellow dear realtors. I'm here to introduce Mr. Jakshay Shah, who is the chief guest for our event. Jakshay Shah is the president of CREDAI, Confederation of Real Estate Industry. He's a young and dynamic personality, and inspired by his contemporary technology, he believes that he wants to always adopt the latest technology innovation in the real estate sector. Under his leadership, he has, done skilling and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and he has urged all CREDAI members and the entire fraternity to help the current Modi government in making a new India age. He's gained valuable experience working in brick and mortar construction, companies in India and abroad, and before returning to homeland to set up Savvy in 1996. His company, Savvy Group of Companies, is in Ahmedabad, which he runs with two of his classmates, which they intend to change the landscape of Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like every one of you to give a big round of applause to Jakshay Shah, our chief guest for the evening. Over to you, Jakshay.
Good morning, friends. Kasa hai, kem cho? Ravi Verma, Chairman NAR India. Sam Chopra, President NAR India. Shri Praveen Fanse, President-elect. Shri Vinod Thakkar, Convention Chairman. In my industry, Captain Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Dignitary on the stage, dignitary off the stage, friends from overseas, friends from media, and my NAR brother, sister from city all over the India. Friends, the 9th annual convention, NAR India, is a matter of pride not only for you here, but for all of us associated with real estate. It is one more occasion to feel and say that we who are associated with real estate are not just brokers or builders, Niranjan, but we are nation builders. So congratulations on my behalf and behalf of all the CREDAI's 12,000 members spread across 23 states and 176 cities of India to the NAR fraternity. Friends, I'm always amazed by the hopes, greed, and determination which infuses the business of real estate brokerage. You believe in eternal optimism that we have to learn from you guys. The CREDAI and developer has to learn from you. Inside of you, you carry an unfathomable capacity to sympathize, understand, and communicate with others. While other businesses start with the capital, machinery, and organization, your business resources is your humanness. CREDAI and NAR are perfect complements because one builds houses and other makes them homes. It's you guys. Friends, you are the ant which faces the customer. Therefore, you carry the responsibility in promoting real estate as honest, fair, and transparent business. And I am proud to say that by adopting a code of conduct, ethics, NAR has shown its earnestness in discharge of the onerous responsibility of the customer. Friends, the nation has embraced an aggressive reform agenda. Our government is writing a new script to build a new India in next 5 years. We have a corruption-free government negotiating deep reforms with unprecedented resolve. One nation, one tax under GST, ease of doing business, policies, and consumer-friendly RERA in our own sector are all parts of design which enterprises with honesty and hard work can flourish and grow. Friends, the real estate, a real, जो आप बोल रहे हैं, the startup, real startup, जो tier T और tier 3 cities से हैं, जिसके पास एक्यूमेन है, जिसके पास नो हाउ है, लेकिन जिसके पास पैसा नहीं है, जिसके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रिसोर्सेज नहीं है, the real time, a real startup for the real estate has come now. And I'm happy to say that Housing for All by 2022, as Niranjan just mentioned, is integral part to government vision and policy. Kredai has already seen an opportunity to affordable housing. As I am fond of saying, not long ago, India wants were limited to roti and kapda. Those wants are now fulfilled in the trinity of roti, kapda, and makan, and we are now singularly focused makan. Kredai members have launched 375 affordable housing projects comprising of 250,000 apartment units. Friends, hypothetical but is achievable, about 50 lakh homes are to be built over next 5 years, or maybe launch next 5 years, signaling a business opportunity, a conservative opportunity upward rupees 10 lakh crore at an average cost of just 20 lakh rupees per unit. Niranjan, that can achieve. Each state have to launch or produce just 50,000 apartment per year. ये अचीव हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है? I invite you, friends, to join us in delivering these homes to a new class of buyer, a new and smart city all over India. Friends, RERA joins both real estate developers and realtors in what is now the unbreakable common thread. Kredai has always supported strengthening of the market infrastructure in real estate. We believe that over the long run, the enhanced confidence of the customer brought about by RERA will lead to a higher demand for real estate products. However, it needs to be recognized that the transition is managed smoothly and ongoing projects agreements are salvaged from unnecessary uncertainty. In this context, it needs to be emphasized that cost of repetition, that is not the purpose of RERA to halt sale and marketing of ongoing real estate projects. The friends, festival season aa raha hai. There is a Navratri, Diwali and Christmas. Please don't worry about the business, the jo bhi reforms, RERA, application, registration. Just apply and start the business. मैं आपको सबको बता रहा हूँ. Show must go on. Don't be afraid of. Just comply whatever requirement of the RERA as a broker or as a developer, and please start the business. There is a lot of confusion, not in Maharashtra particularly, Niranjan, but other states there is a lot of confusion. People are sitting. People are not willing to do business. People are not SMSing to the customer. They are so worried. और मैं आपको बता दूं, हमारे मतलब क्रेडाई डेवलपर्स, रियल्टर्स, कस्टमर के बीच में सरकार नहीं आ सकती है. हम जो डिलीवर करना चाहते हैं, जो प्रॉमिस करेंगे वो डिलीवर करेंगे, लेकिन इंडस्ट्री को कोई स्टॉप नहीं कर सकता, ना आप ना मैं. और इसके लिए हम यूनाइट होंगे, हम लड़ेंगे सरकार के साथ अबाउट द GST एंड RERA ऑल्सो. And Kredai is very determined to protect the legal right for sale and marketing of ongoing projects in accordance with the Act, and have full support the law and hopefully also the government and the center in all the states. Friends, real estate is the most tangible and permanent of all assets. However, those who practice real estate have to struggle against severe odds each day, each month, each year. Therefore, I am confident that real estate industry, both Kredai and NAR, would negotiate RERA and GST easily and successfully to the advantage of all, particularly for the customer. Friends, collaborate as the theme of this conference signals to me the underlying need for dialogue and debate in working towards the common objective of making homes affordable to our customers. From Kredai's side, I am willing to set up a core committee of senior members to interact with NAR India for formulating common agenda on issues of mutual interest. Let's work together. Friends, I thank you all for calling me here to share my views, as well enabling me to take real-time feedback of the most integral community of the real estate industry, the realtors. Thank you very much, friend. Thank you again for calling me. And I would request, I am inviting all of you, the first Indian real estate property show outside India after this all disruption, as Niranjan has told, in 6th, 7th, and 8th December in Dubai. I invite all of you to take active participation. Thank you, all of you. I'll just request to just run a 2-minute, 3-minute video. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can we have the video, please?
Is going smart. The people smarter. Then why should summits be the same? It's time to open up new avenues for smart foreign investments into India. It's time for the Smart India Realty Summit. CREDAI, the apex body of real estate in India, brings to you the Smart India Realty Summit, a unique platform wherein foreign institutional investors, fund managers and high net worth individuals from across the world come face to face with Indian developers to collaborate towards a smart future. Smart India Realty Summit, to be held in Dubai on the 7th and the 8th of December 2017, boasts of many lucrative opportunities for the foreign institutional investors, fund managers and for the developers. It features FII Meet, a one-on-one meeting opportunity to discuss project funding, Project Handbook launch, a comprehensive handbook with project details of participating developers, seminars and conferences for knowledge sharing, UAE channel partners, award show and gala night, recognizing and felicitating excellence in real estate in India and UAE, followed by gala dinner and cocktails. The Smart India Realty Summit aims at promoting FDI inflow into Indian real estate, networking, collaboration, selling Indian properties internationally, and to ensure inflow of foreign investments. India boasts of attractive investment policies and advantages. With RERA and GST, the investment scenario is transforming, making India one of the most attractive emerging markets in the world. The Smart India Realty Summit is a summit for smart investors and smart developers. CREDAI presents the Smart India Realty Summit on the 7th and the 8th of December 2017, Dubai, UAE. Welcome aboard India's smartest realty summit. Register yourself now on www.smartindiarealtysummit.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we have our vote of thanks, we would like to express our gratitude to our dignitaries who have immensely supported us in our successful journey. I would request to begin with Mr. Vinod Thakur to please present a memento to Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Also requesting Ram Prasad Padhi to please present a memento to Mr. Dharmendra Karya, President BANM. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. requesting Praveen to please present a memento to Jakshesh Shah, our chief guest. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. Please take your seat. Would now like to do a vote of thanks, and for that, I would like to invite Mr. Ayub Khan, our Secretary, NAR India. A round of applause for him, please.
Good morning. It's been a wonderful session and an excellent start to the 9th India India Convention. I would like to thank our chief guest and president of CREDAI India, Mr. Jakshesh Shah, our title sponsor and guest of honor, Mr. Niranjan Hirandani, our guest of honor, Mr. Dharmendra Karya, President CREDAI BANM, and all our developer friends and members of CREDAI for taking time out from their valuable schedule to grace the occasion. On behalf of Air India, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I would like to thank the Air India Chairman, Mr. Ravi Verma, Vice Chairman, Mr. Farooq Mohammed, Air India President, Mr. Sam Chopra, President-elect Praveen Phanse, Mr. Ram Prasad Padi, President of AREA, and all the dignitaries on the dais for being with us today. A special mention and thanks to our international guests and all the other national guests who have traveled hundreds of miles to be with us today. I would like to thank the governing board of Navi Mumbai and AREA who have put up a lot of effort to make this convention happen. Last but not the least, the convention chairman, Mr. Vinod Thakkar, for a great start to the convention. I can assure you that he has much more in store for us. Thank you one and all, especially the press and media, for supporting us. Please enjoy the convention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Once again, can we have a round of applause for all our dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen? Now, our next presentation is by Mr. Ashutosh Limaye. He's the head research of JLL India. Let me tell you, as a head research, Ashutosh is responsible for the overall direction, strategy, and growth of the research business of JLL. He's among the most experienced professionals in India, in the Indian real estate industry, and spearheads JLL's flagship research product, which is Real Estate Intelligence Services, dealing in market intelligence for office, retail, and residential markets across top 7 cities of India. He is one of the authorized spokesperson of JLL, regularly representing independent voice of the industry in print and electronic media. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ashutosh.
Thank you, friends. It's time to embrace change. It's time to enter the era of transparency, era of empowerment. Since morning, we have heard about how the situation around us is changing, how the business environment is changing, how different reforms and policy changes have brought in a new wave of interest, enthusiasm, and also sometimes we have to change ourselves to be part of this journey of progress. Today, over the next 20 odd minutes, I would like you to take through some of the information explosion that has happened around us, the research, the data, the analytics. We all want to make more use of it to service our customers who are now a lot more empowered, lot more aware, and lot more decisive and demanding. Gone are the days when there was information asymmetry, and as ambassadors of this realty industry, we need to really take the right message forward to our customers. So let me familiarize you with what's happening around us in office, retail, and residential industry around us. We all know, since morning we discussed how several reforms or policy changes have put us in a different situation. We do have a lot to gain from all those policies, particularly Housing for All by the year 2022. Niranjan Bhai and Jakshay emphasized the need to scaling up of our industry to meet this dream and vision of our Prime Minister to provide housing for all. We also have so many other initiatives and reforms which has brought India once again on the forefront of the interest from the international community. Day in and day out at JLL, when we speak with the international community, there is such an enthusiasm, such a promise about doing business in India that we all be ready to really make use of this opportunity to make our industry a lot more credible, not more accountable and transparent. All those policy initiatives could mean a short-term pain till the time we embrace ourselves and adapt to those changes. But in the longer run, it's going to be a lot positive gains for the industry as such. Let us look at how the industry changed over the last few years. Today, if you look at the work which is under construction, is worth something like 15 lakh crores of rupees. That's the kind of scale Indian realty is producing. And this could be a lot more because we still have challenges in capturing what's happening in the smaller cities. So 15 lakh crores is a big sum. And as Jakshay mentioned, this industry is actually a nation-building industry. And we are so proud to be part of this industry that builds nation. It generates a GDP to the tune of about 8 to 10%, and it links with 200 plus other industries. So we are, as an industry, one of the largest employment generator as well. What happened in office and residential? Those pie charts tell us a story that how quickly we change, and in doing that, sometimes we tend to go overboard. So in year 2009, just after the world was going through the financial crisis, we, as an industry, moved very quickly towards building residential. At that time, in 2009, when about half of the work under construction was commercial and retail, and half about residential, today, 87% of under construction that we see around us is residential. So the pendulum really swung very fast. We, I think, have gone overboard with doing a lot more residential. But as we say, India's demand is so large, it's so perennial, that the moment you have the right product for the market, you don't have to really worry about demand or sales. It is the mismatch of product at times that puts the industry in a challenging situation, not at all the lack of demand. On the right-hand side, if you see, while Indian industry grew by about 3 times in those many years, the importance of being consistent across changing business environment. So while we had hundreds of developers in India contributing to the industry, the developers who consistently delivered across good, average, and bad times is that much less. What it means that while our base of developers is very large, the the group of developers who are indeed credible and have a long-term business plan in place and execute that very well is small. And that is something we need to really introspect and improve upon. This is about the office industry. Well, some of us deal with office sector more, but I think the importance of keeping a tab on office sector is it's a very good indicator of what's happening in the employment section. So if you look at it, India has been consistently leasing about 30 million square foot of office space every year. And this is the net absorption space. So actual leasing happens of around 40 million square foot. But when you account for relocation, consolidation, the net absorption is in the mid-30s. What it means that when India's office market grows by that scale every year, that many more jobs are getting created, which over a period of time will lead to residential demand. So while most of us are a lot more active in the residential space, the importance of keeping tab of the office market is not only to really see what the sector has to offer, but also to establish and appreciate the link between what happens in office with a time lag starts happening in a residential sector. We do have 7 large markets with about 500 million square foot of office space, a lot more to construct, and we have certain cities where virtually there is no space available. Cities like Bangalore, cities like Pune, parts of cities of Mumbai and Gurgaon, where we simply don't have any space new office corporates can take. And that actually tells us that we need to build a lot more offices now than before. This is about retail. And by retail, I mean shopping centers or malls. So compared to office, this is slightly smaller industry. But again, look at the polarization, the difference. Sometimes we get carried away by the big headline, forgetting that there are fine prints to be read as well. So while at an India level, malls have about 15% of vacancy, every city has got some excellent malls where there is a waiting list of retailers queuing up to find space. And at the same time, we have several malls, the learning curve malls I would call for developers, where the thing is that the mall is not working or it is getting converted to something else. So that polarization actually means that every city, every market, there is an opportunity. There are malls where the location is good, but if you do a little bit of design improvement and bring in mall management expertise, the fortune can change rather fairly quickly. And we have private equity funds from across the world which are interested to scout for such opportunities. So while great malls have always been there and offer great returns to the investors, we also have another universe of malls which today are not doing as well, but with little bit of expertise, the situation, the fortune can turn around quite quickly. Let's look at residential. We have all understood and we have appreciated the challenging times. Constantly, we have seen that the new launches have been reducing, the sales have reduced, but look at, for the last 6 consecutive quarters, a year and a half, every quarter, India has sold more units than the units launched. That's actually a very positive takeaway for all of us. Developers have been concentrating on delivering work on hand. That's a really plus sign that we have seen. They are not as much focusing on new launches, but try to deliver what work is already under construction. That's a great step for the industry to regain trust that was lost for quite some time. The unsold inventory in the making is steadily coming down. What it means that as buyers, we don't have too much time left to keep waiting or to keep prolonging the decision of purchasing houses. So as ambassadors of the industry and as a regular touch point with the actual home buyer, I think that's the message that you should drive home, that the window of opportunity is not going to remain forever. And it's in the interest of buyer to buy now than to wait, because in that wait, the buyer is likely to miss the bus. That's a busy slide. What it means is how residential prices have bounced back quickly from the crash that they saw in 2008-9 period after the economic crisis